It's Christmas Day, so we're doing our Celtics and Eastern Conference naughty and nice lists right now on the Locked On Celtics podcast.
Beantown, be ever ready. It's the C's. Who else could it be? What they gon' say now? Screaming like JT, Karalis. Recap the madness every game, every practice. Prime time, Depp and D White on the sideline. Raining Jays, how it started, raising banners, how we finished. Locked on Celtics pod, home of the winners.
Hey there, welcome back to the Locked On Celtics podcast right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Where is your team every day? Your team is the Boston Celtics, and I'm talking about them every day. Yes, it's Christmas Day. For those of you who celebrate, Merry Christmas. Those of you not celebrating, if you're celebrating something else, I hope you have a great holiday. If you're not celebrating anything, happy Thursday. You know, we're going to celebrate anyway. We're going to do it Christmas style, though. I've got the ornaments up on the YouTube page, so let's just have fun today. This show's free, available everywhere, Monday through Friday, bonus podcasts on the weekends. I invite you to become an everydayer. Join me every Monday through Friday. If you're new to the show, let me introduce myself. I'm John Karalis, beat writer for Boston Sports Journal. I have been doing a version of this job for about 20 years now, this podcast for 10, and I've written a couple of books about the team. So like I said, we're doing naughty and nice lists, and I'm bringing Tom Westerholm back. Tom, we did this podcast yesterday, and we're back a full day later to record a podcast. Amazing.
Time is weird, man. I don't like
feels like almost no
circle,
time
all that.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
We slept in these clothes yesterday, woke up and we're doing another podcast.
It's true.
So
yeah,
the whole show time just yes. So the whole show is our naughty and nice lists. Starting with the Boston Celtics. I don't know, Tom, you want to go naughty lists or nice first?
Well, let's do. Listen, it's Christmas. Wait, what are you, Scrooge? We've been talking about this. I thought you were nice, Scrooge.
I was, but
yesterday when we talked. Yesterday when we talked.
That was yesterday when we talked a full day ago. So, you want to do nice list? Okay,
nice. Yeah.
Who's on the nice list? I'm going to start with Brad Stevens on the nice list.
Yes.
Yeah, Brad Stevens is, I think, first on the nice list. I think he's going to get the best gift this year because not only did he draft Hugo Gonzalez, a guy I'm mildly excited about. I think he's going to be a potentially decent player. Mm-hmm. So I think I think one of the big storylines from the Celtics this season is how many hits they've had on the fringes. Crazy. And it's part of it is Neemias Queta coming up and being a much better center than I expected. And I think that a lot of people expected. His internal development has been great, and just kind of sticking with him and giving him that opportunity. Hits with like Josh Minott, obviously Hugo, Jordan Walsh, like all of these guys, Luka Garza, who, I don't know what Luka's going to end up being, but like he's helped the Celtics win games, you know, and
twice in a row. Yeah.
So when you acquire players that come in and help you win games, that's a hit for you, man. That's a hit. And I think everything has come up Millhouse for Brad Stevens. So I think when we talk about nice lists for the Celtics, he's got to be at the top.
Yep. I agree with that. I think number one on my nice list is JaYlen. I think, I mean, what a season, yesterday or 2 days ago, because time is passing, after the game, he's like, I don't even remember when the last time was when I didn't score 30 points. It's like, yeah, me neither, dude. Like you just keep getting buckets, keep winning.
7 in a row, right?
And I believe 10 of 11. Yeah, like crazy run, crazy season. He's been awesome. I thought there are two like archetypes of players who get MVP chance from home fans, right? And one is like, you're not just a star, you're like doing some special stuff as a superstar. That's when you earn a really good, an arena like TD Garden. That's when they will chant MVP for you. They're not going to chant MVP for just any old all-star. They're going to chant MVP for somebody who is doing something really noteworthy over a course of time. And JaYlen has done that all year. He's been that good all year. And then the other archetype of player who gets chanted MVP for is like a random dude who just has like a hilarious great game, and then it's like not a sarcastic, but like a facetious MVP chant. Those are great. But yeah, like JaYlen's. I mean, I'm so impressed by the way he's playing, by the way he's, the way he's like the game is slowing down and he's slowing down within the game. He is playing at his own pace so much better this season. There were times in that Indiana game, especially late, where he's playing at a Luka Doncic speed. That really exaggerated. I am doing precisely what I want, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and there's nothing you can do about it because I have, the know-how, the strength, and the skill at this point to get where I want and do what I want. So I mean, top of the nice list for me is JaYlen.
Yeah.
I'm just endlessly impressed by him this year, and it's fun that he's having fun. That he's like, this is the most fun I've had in my. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad.
That's great.
It's a joy to watch. So
I think that's 100% right. Like he's kind of like a different person. I mean, he's the same person, but like outwardly he's different. Like he's expressing himself a little bit differently. So it is 7 in a row, and then what is it? 1, 2, 3. So 10 of 11, and the 11th game was a 19 points, 12 rebound, 11 assists, triple double. So he's on. We typically call that a heater, and he's on one, baby. He's playing great. Definitely an all NBA player this year. I would have to be something catastrophic to keep him off that. And as we see, like, I don't think Victor Wembanyama is going to play 65 games. I don't think Giannis is going to play 65 games. You got guys that are not going to make that 65 game threshold. He could get a first team all NBA. So,
and that's the other thing about him is how durable he's been this year. It's like I joked on Boston.com after the last game, like, he blew out his shoes, right? And it's like, oh no, for a fledgling brand, don't blow out your 741s. No, but if you want the counter, and this is from somebody who prefers Tatum's, right? Like I'm not some brand ambassador here, unless Tatum wants to send me some free stuff. But like the 741s, like JaYlen is more durable and having the best season of his career than he's been at any point in his career so far. So if you want, there's a free talking point for you. 741s. JaYlen might have busted his shoe, but the man has been on the court. So
I did ask him if he was going to contact the manufacturer and send in a complaint and ask for a refund. He said, I might do that. So hopefully he can get in touch with those guys.
Yeah.
I'll do one more nice list quickly. That's Joe Mazzulla, who I've talked about at length this week. And I think the way things are going is, obviously coach of the year type of material. The decision, obviously, like, you should have seen press row when it was like, hey, that's interesting. JaYlen's not in the game. Oh my God, none of the starters are in the game. It is 9:20 to go in the third quarter. Oh my God, he benched everybody. Oh my, like, is he mailing it in? Like, and then like they're making a run and we're like, oh my God. So now we know everybody's writing the same story. It's just this is now a cooking competition. We're all we're giving the same ingredients, and it's like, who can come up with a different version of the same thing? And like, I don't know who won, but we all presented our version of, oh my God, Joe Mazzulla benched everybody and it worked. What a brilliant move. He's been, I'll just say it quickly this way. A lot of people asked to see, like, okay, let's see him coach these guys up. If he's such a good coach, let's see him coach up this group. Well, they're 18 and 11. They're the third seed right now and playing well. And everybody that he puts in finds a way to contribute. And if they don't, they sit and someone else comes in to contribute. And they're all cool with it. They're all cool with it.
He benched his franchise superstar, and his franchise superstar afterward was like, I was pissed, but that was a good call by Joe. Like,
how can you argue with that? How can you argue?
Well, it's because he is so uniquely himself, and he does not have an agenda other than just winning basketball games. Like, he is, there's no, what you see is what you get all the time with him. And like, there's a genuineness about, obviously, like, sometimes sometimes I think he's doing a bit, but like the bit fits with who he is. And like the players know who he is and are like, well, this is just Joe being Joe. Yeah, like he wants to get a wolf. Sure, Joe. Sure
he does.
Sure. You want a wolf.
Of course he does.
Of course you want a wolf.
It's not like no one's like looking at each other like, oh my God, this guy's crazy anymore. Everybody's just like, that
sounds
it's gonna happen. Joe's gonna ask for a wolf sometimes. You just gotta be, you gotta be ready for that.
Real quick on the nice list, I want to do two very like lightning round ones.
Let's do it.
Queta's been awesome. So much better than I expected. So much better than I know you expected. He's been so helpful for this team. I mean, like the plus minus and all that, but also just like the improvements that he's made to his game and the level of control that he's playing with that I did not expect. I did not expect him to be. I expected him to foul out of every game by setting moving screens, and that has not happened. So he's been quite good. He deserves a nod. And then I also think like your Minots, like all those guys, like they've been like your Jordan Walshes, they've just been pretty good, right? Like better than like you touched on it with Brad, but they've been solid, just good players, unexpectedly good players. So
it's been great. It's been great. Good. Okay, my last one.
Yeah.
Hugo Gonzalez.
Get him.
Of course he is, man. Hugo. That's yesterday's show.
I was gonna say, like we got to do another 38 minutes and get your
24 hours ago. Naughty list. We'll come back with the Celtics naughty list when we return. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. The holiday season, it's a great time for sports. We've got bowl games. We've got playoff football. We got big basketball matchups. This is Christmas Day. This is the huge day for basketball. And one of the most fun places to make the right call is Prize Picks. It's the easiest way to get in on daily fantasy. You pick more or less on at least 2-player projections. You lock in your lineup. You're in the game. Very simple. It's fast. It's available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. You create a lineup in less than a minute, and the app makes the whole process smooth and intuitive. The early payout feature is a great bonus. When your lineup starts strong, you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to cash out right now. You have the option sometimes there with the early payout feature to get that cash out early. The new stacks feature lets you choose the same player. You get it up to 3 times, right? So if you want to do Drake May, you can pick more or less on his passing yards, touchdowns, and rushing yards, which is fun because watching Drake May play football is fun. And the deposits and withdrawals are super easy, keeps everything flowing. Download that Prize Picks app today. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics the #1 Boston Celtics podcast on the #1 podcast network, sports podcast network. Locked On Podcast Network is the #1 sports podcast network. You're already an everydayer. Now level up. Join the Everydayer Club. You get ad-free audio. You get access to our Discord server, merchandise, all of that stuff. It's $5 a month for all of that stuff, or $50 for the year. You can sign up at lockedonceltics.supercast.com, lockedonceltics.supercast.com to join the Everydayer Club. Tom, naughty list. Who's at the top of your Boston Celtics naughty list?
Well, haven't loved what we've seen from Sam Hauser this season. That's it's a tough one because I think, with a shooter, you just got to keep shooting, and you gotta find it. You just got to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And I mean, he's improved as a defender, right? Over the course of his career, he gets some rebounds, but I mean, I think before the season, we expected Hauser to start, right? There's just not even a question of who should be in the. I mean, there's a question of who should be in the starting lineup, but it's not Hauser. It's not Sam Hauser, and I mean, I think a big part of the problem is just how much it would help the Celtics if he was making shots.
Yeah,
and they're doing great. They're doing great without it. They're playing awesome. But I mean, the fact that he's a mean, he played major minutes on, title teams and on a title team and was a real contributor. And then, it just hasn't really done much to speak of this year. So he's pretty close to the top of the list for me.
So I will say that the 3-point percentage in December over 9 games is at 39%. So he's
up,
it's up. And I think, he's had like a couple of big games, a couple of like big ones, and then some struggles. So it's not a consistent. And honestly, one of the biggest problems with Hauser is he is a little bit more, for lack of a better term, hit or miss. Like he is either shooting 60 or 70% from 3, or he's shooting 20% from 3. And then he ends the season shooting 40%. You're like, wow, man, he's a 40% 3-point shooter. But it's just the swings. And I know the 3-point shot is a higher variance shot, but I think this is just who he is. He's going to have his 32% months. January might end up being a 49% shooting month. And people are like, whoa.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? So,
and if it is, by the way, the Celtics are might win 70% of their games, 75% of their games that month, because when Hauser's hitting threes, that's part of the thing with him, right? When he's hitting threes, like your team has these 15-point bursts that it's just like, good Lord, how did this game go from 4 points to 19 points like that? And the answer is Sam Hauser, right? Yeah. So that does happen. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing as a shooter. I've been there, it's one of the reasons I always I feel for him, because I've been in his precise position of you were a really good shooter last season. Why are you not shooting well this season? And it's like, dog, I don't know. I'm trying. Yeah.
I can guarantee you no one wants to make these shots more than I do.
Correct.
I can tell you that much.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
but balls and strikes, Karalis. Sam Hauser. That's my first one.
It. I'm gonna say Chris Boucher is on.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's an easy one, right? That's an easy one. But look, I'm sure the expectations weren't high. He was a late signing, so it's not that anybody expected him to come in and be like, prime Chris Boucher. But also, I kind of thought he might do something.
Yeah.
And he isn't doing anything. And I feel like he has been trending this way over time. I just thought he would be more useful. And I don't have anything else to say really about Chris Boucher because, look, he's been around for a while. This may just be the end of the road for him. And he's had a very nice career. He's got a ring. He's made plenty of money. Like you play in the league for any amount of time, you've made plenty of money. If you want to give me one minimum contract, right, for one season, I will gladly take the veteran minimum for one season and just be like, I'm all set. I'm all basically all set for life. But anyway, Boucher is. It would be nice if he would be playable in some the small ball lineups where you got Minot and Walsh at center. That's because Boucher hasn't been playable in those lineups. And I thought that's where he would have his impact. That when you wanted to go with a change of pace, you had big dude Neemias Queta, you have medium dude who's still big in Luka Garza, but offensively, and then you have kind of an in-between Boucher who's, can still block shots and he can go out and hit some threes. And he was kind of like that in-between that if you want to go for some small lineups here and there, he would be your guy, and just hasn't materialized.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. The only other guy, I have him on kind of both. Because here's the thing, right? I know you and I think literally posted the same thing 4 seconds apart the other day. Baylor Shireman is on both lists because he does stuff and you're just like, this dude's just not an NBA player. He'll hoist some, he'll just he comes out on the field, comes out on the court, and it's just what exactly are you doing out there? And then all of a sudden he gets a stop, like flicks a pass behind his head in transition, and then the next game, like he hoists some shot that looks like he's twisting his entire body around, and like his form just looks busted sometimes. And then he'll fire a three from like 30 feet, and I'm like, dude, Mazzulla is gonna pull you off the court and pull your head off your shoulders, and then it goes in, and it's like, oh, okay, never mind. Like, so I don't know. He's both.
So I think Shireman is pretty smart to become Hugo Gonzalez's best friend, because he's going to have I've already said that Hugo is going to become Hall of Famer, MVP, multiple time MVP. So you want to hang around because Hugo is going to have some of that sway. And be like, no, you need to keep Baylor around just because he's my best buddy. So that's smart. Obviously I'm joking around there.
Listen, I'm like Emile Jefferson, right? Like it's no.
Listen, I think I'm at a place where I've been aggregated enough where I want to, be clear that was a joke.
Yes.
So
was Emile Jefferson.
So yes, please. I make that joke because I do think it's fun that Shireman and Gonzalez have become like such good friends.
The Duolingo thing was very funny.
That's just hilarious. Like that. I don't know why I say it's an unlikely pairing, but it's not what I expected.
Right.
But,
like two relatively young teammates are friends. Oh, like what do you know? Like, but
right. But also I do think it's fun. I think
it's the Nebraska and Spain thing. Like I've spent a lot of time in Nebraska in my life. Like I grew up like right next to it. Right. Like, and like, Baylor looks like a Nebraska guy. He's got like a Nebraska guy haircut. Like the whole thing is just screams rural Nebraska, right? And then then you got Hugo. It's great. It's very funny.
The only thing I'll say about Shireman is I think his form is a little bit busted.
Yeah.
I think sometimes he might struggle to get some of those shots to reach the rim. Like, I feel like sometimes he's trying too hard. Watch him shoot. And when he is like the launch angle of his arm, when it's at like 45 degrees, to me, it means he's kind of like pushing too hard to get that ball to the rim. And I don't like that arc, and that almost always misses. But when he gets that arm up to like 65 degrees, 70 degrees, not like that full 90, because everybody's got a little bit of a bend to it. But when he gets that arc up, that shot goes in. Just watch for that. When his follow through is more slanted, the shot has less of a chance of going in. When it's a little bit higher or straighter, that's when it's soft. He's not trying as hard to get it there. I just think that there's some struggle here or there, or maybe it's just like his shot is just a little bit janky. I don't know. That's my last thing about Shireman. I completely agree. We're on the same page. We did post the same thing like within 5 seconds of each other, unrelated, the other day about like, I was done with him and then he played awesome. So, all right, we'll come back. We'll do NBA quick rapid fire and like Eastern Conference. Nice lists. We'll do that when we return. Today's show is brought to you by DoorDash. Season is heating up, even though it's cold outside. And who wants to go outside anyway? DoorDash has a way of keeping fans in their bag the whole season long. Whether you're watching the highlights, the tunnel fits, or your favorite player, DoorDash makes the entire season fun because each player has his bag. And with DoorDash, you have one too. DoorDash keeps your snacks stocked, your gear fresh, and your watch party vibes absolutely on point. There are nights where your team stresses you out. You can let DoorDash become your post-game therapy because sometimes you just want dessert right now. Those late nights when you suddenly need chips at midnight, DoorDash is built exactly for that. And if the group chat says pull up, DoorDash makes sure that you show up prepared. Snacks, cups, even a phone charger for that friend who's always at 2%. From tip-off to overtime, stay in your bag and order DoorDash. Get snacks, drinks, gear, whatever gets you through the season delivered right to your door. DoorDash in your bag all season long. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day. It's the number one Celtics podcast on the planet. Locked On Podcast Network is the number one sports podcast network on the planet. For your next listen to Locked On NBA, Locked On NBA Game Night. Game Night has every game covered 7 days a week, and Locked On NBA has all the big stories 5 days a week in the afternoons. So check it out wherever you got the Locked On Celtics podcast. All right, Tom, let's go to the Eastern Conference. Let's just do quick, nice, naughty. Where do you want to start?
I mean, I'll start right at the top. Michigan forever. Whatever. Sure. But like the Pistons have been awesome. And I like so much of their team. I love Cade. I've been a Cade guy. This is vindication for anybody who was watching him in high school and was like, that's a star. That's a star right there. We were right. So that feels good. I like the way they've constructed their team. I like the turnaround story is fun. To go from where they were 2 years ago to where they are now is just fun. Big Detroit fan. I like what we're seeing there. So they're the top of my top of the Eastern Conference, top of my nice list. Has to be.
I'll go naughty. Cleveland Cavaliers are frauds. The Cleveland Cavaliers on the naughty list for sure.
Yep.
It's not like I won't put Orlando on there because there's injuries and I still think whatever, right? But the Cavs, 100%. Now they also have injuries for sure, but super expensive over the second apron. They were so reliant. You didn't realize how reliant they were on Darius Garland being good. Like he's good, but is he really the linchpin of the entire?
And he's the kind of guy that you and I just like bag on all the time. Like, what is the difference between Darius Garland and Trae Young? Come on.
That was gonna be my grand finale naughty list.
Sorry.
But seriously, I think it's attitude, and that's always been my Trae Young. My Trae it's not about his play. It's been about like his whole demeanor. But like you haven't got anything what you expected out of Evan Mobley. The shooting last year was off the charts. I'm starting to think like the Cleveland Cavaliers maybe were way over the top when it came to the shooting last year because that has all gone away. Yeah. And if your team is reliant on Max Strus being out, like if that's killing you, then you're not as good as you think you were. So that's my naughty list.
I guess one of my naughty list teams by the same token of like frauds. The Bulls were always frauds. At the start of the season when they were winning games, they were frauds. You knew they were frauds. Everybody who if anybody was like, oh no, like the Bulls, something's working there. It's like, it's not, come on. It's not going to last. Don't give me that. 100%. So that's an easy one. I think I have two more on my nice list and Celtics fans are not going to like either of them. Right.
Okay.
The Knicks are good. The Knicks are genuinely a good team. I think the Celtics and them would have an awesome playoff series. I don't know who I would pick because I think the Celtics can do a lot of damage to that Knicks team, but the Knicks are really good. And honestly, I got to give a nice list to the Sixers. Joel Embiid has not. Did I just rob yours?
That's okay. No, that's good. That's good. This is good because that was one of mine.
Yeah, like to be doing all this with like in what any other year would have been like a transitionary year, but like Maxi's awesome, Edgecombe is awesome. Like they're on the nice list. They're fourth in the Eastern Conference with everything going on with Embiid and all of that. Like really impressive stuff.
I won't even go full Sixers. My nice list was going to be the Sixers backcourt. Maxey and Edgecombe are it. Like that is, if we're looking at future things that could bother the Celtics, like I don't know what the Sixers are going to have to do with Embiid and with Paul George and all that stuff. They're in a weird place right now, but the Maxey Edgecombe backcourt is really nice. And if it's almost like from a Boston perspective, like, man, why do they have to be on Philly? Why can't they be on like Portland so I can enjoy them like consequence free? So
I can watch them after a Celtics game.
Yeah,
you know,
so
exactly. Celtics game gets over, I can throw on Maxey and Edgecombe. Like, come on.
Right. Like you're killing me here. You're killing me here. And they're in Philadelphia. Like, ugh. So but I'll put Joel Embiid on my naughty list because, as always, he's in my Trae Young All-Stars. But because, yeah, I've heard the numbers, like they're better with him on the floor or whatever, but they don't win with him on the floor. I think the Sixers are better without Embiid now because he just changes their entire play style. Maxey and Edgecombe are so good, and they're good because they don't have to slow down for Joel Embiid and like defer to him. When they are the show, they're really good. So they get the nice, Joel Embiid gets the naughty. I
got a spicy one for my last one, if you want. It's a nice one. So my nice one is
spicy nice list.
You'll see. So the Eastern Conference in general, I think is so much better than people are giving it credit for. I think there is genuine talent in the Eastern Conference. And here's where it gets a little spicy for me. I think OKC is an awesome team. I think the way people are talking about them is a little insane. This like the recency bias, the way that people are treating them as this completely untouchable, nobody has a chance. The Thunder are the favorites. I have no problem. Like, yes, absolutely. They won the championship and they look awesome. And they started off the season killing all these bad teams that they were playing. They didn't have they had like a relatively strong schedule. The way people were talking about them was insane to me. Of just like, they're untouchable. We might as well stop the season now. Put them in the championship. Like, they've done an awesome job building their team. They're scary going forward. It's scary that they'll probably get a really good pick. All of that stuff is true. But like, it's the NBA. Weird stuff happens all the time. And if you're sitting there at like in December telling me that everybody else should just quit the NBA season because OKC is going to win everything, and we know that in December, that is crazy to me.
Can I interrupt you for a second just to add to your point?
Please.
The Thunder are 18-1 against teams below 500. They are
taking care of business.
Right.
That's what a great team does.
Right. They're 8-2 against teams above 500, right? So 2 of their losses have come against teams above 500. 8-2. The Celtics against teams above 500 are 11-8. They have played 19 games against teams above 500. The Thunder have played 10. And that's insane for a team in the Western Conference. All of these Western Conference teams are so good. How have the Thunder only played 10 games against good teams or like decent to good teams? It does. They're 1-2 in 3-point games. They have a losing record in close games.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting little thing. 100% agree with everything you said about OKC. Just naughty list is everyone who's, we'll use the term the youth are talking about, glazing the Thunder uncontrollably. Like, yes, they're good. They're the champs, and they went off on this incredible run. But they are not invincible. Jeez. No,
that's my thing. If you want to tell me that they're the favorites, I'm with you. If I was picking an NBA champion, I'd pick the Thunder. I'm not crazy. But this idea that they're invincible, that is
right.
That's bonkers to me. Like, that is like flying in the face of everything that we've seen in NBA history of like no team is invincible. The Warriors were not invincible. No team is invincible. I'm sorry. It's just not how this works.
I got another naughty list. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Greek brethren. Giannis. Enough. Either say you want to trade or stay.
Yes.
Don't like, I have been on Giannis's side the whole way. Never had anything bad to say about Giannis. I don't think that he's like, all of the travel stuff I think is overblown. All that stuff. I love Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's not just a Greek thing. But at this point, like, stop trying to be the good guy.
Yeah.
If you want out, just say you want out. Don't be like, oh, my agent's doing this. Oh, I don't want that. Like, just be upfront. Let Milwaukee know it's okay. We get it. Kevin Durant, people have come around on Kevin Durant. People love him again. You can say, I've had my run in Milwaukee. We all understand it. It's 2026. You don't have to be like, he'll probably be hated in Milwaukee, and it's probably what he doesn't want. But hey, if your time in a certain city is done, It's done. When it's time to leave a job, you say, okay, like I respect with respect. It's time for me to leave this job. I gotta go work somewhere else. Everybody does it all the time. It's okay, but stop hemming and hawing and because it's hurting the team.
Yes,
it's hurting the team. So 100% Giannis on the naughty list.
Could not agree more. I love that take. I think he is like I think that if you want to be traded, you have to accept the consequences of wanting to be traded. And you know what? If you're Giannis, give it a little bit of time, right? Like just if you get traded, you're going to be hated for a little bit, but then people will eventually be like, man, that guy won us a championship. That guy's like number is going up. Like it will be okay. If you want to be traded, just be direct about it. If you want to be traded and not be hated, trust that Milwaukee won't completely screw you and like send you to some like just tell them I want to be traded, and like let the chips fall where they may. I don't think Milwaukee would trade him to some awful situation if he's just direct with them and says like, my time here is done. I appreciate everything that this organization has done. Love the fans, love the city, but it's time for me to leave. I think a lot of people might not like it, but like that kind of directness, I think people just would appreciate that. In 2025, I think people appreciate directness and like just get to the point. Like I don't know. I think that is a fantastic addition to the naughty list.
Thank you. Anyone else? Real quick before we go.
Do you want to get in some shots at Trae Young quick?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. 100%. Because you know what? It's just funny to hear Zach Lowe talk about like Zach was on that Atlanta train and his last show, he was like, I can't believe I fell for it again. And I've been sitting here. He literally said, I can't believe I fell for it again. And when he was picking the Hawks, I'm screaming at in my car, like, Zach, don't do it. Zach, you're better than this. Yeah. And he, I understand tantalizing, but you're not going to win when you got Trae Young as your best player. Trae is super talented, might be top 2 or 3 passers in the league.
Sure.
But until he accepts who he is and until he stops thinking that he's the whole show, that he's a franchise changer, then you're not going to win because he is not a franchise changer. Trae Young is not a number 1 guy. He's a number 2 guy at best. At best, he's a number 2 guy. But he thinks he's the whole show. And he had like that one great run. And after they made that one great run, he was like, oh man, I'm just
he acts like he won a championship. Like, dog.
Like, what are you talking about, man? No way, man. No way. I forget who I heard. Maybe it was Big Waz on might have been on Zach's show, like the previous show, where he brought that up. I'm like, finally, someone understands why I am a certified Trae Young hater, because that attitude has been pervasive. He's been a coach killer. He's come back and he's just like, we're doing things my way. I call the shots. And Atlanta has just been like, look at where they are. You cannot win. And he came back, a couple of games ago. They've lost both of those games. He's just, you're just never going to win. Facing a Trae Young team in the playoffs, I know sometimes they're capable of some crazy things. I'm like, bring it on. Oh, you're facing a Trae Young team? I'm going to start booking my hotels for the second round because that's a win. I don't care what, when, where. That's a win. So
JaYlen Johnson's good though.
They've got good players. They've got good players.
Oh, here's a naughty list. Potts. Because I do feel bad for Porzingis. That sucks.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I do feel bad. Just let's end the show on that.
Yeah.
I think his career might be done, man. I think it might be done. Like,
might be done.
Because first of all, he can't stay healthy. Second of all, like, this is a scary thing. And you're like, it's like, stop trying to play basketball if this is how it's going to go all the time. And just from a pure basketball perspective, who's going to give him a contract? Who gives him a contract? Like, even a minimum, like, you can't even give him a minimum. You have to give him like a non-guaranteed minimum so you can cut him by like January 15th and be like, oh, we didn't get lucky either. Everybody takes a spin of the wheel on Porzingis. It really makes me think that, man, the Celtics got like, it's like Luke Skywalker blowing up the Death Star. They hit that exhaust port perfectly with Porzingis that one season that he was like super good. And even then he was hurt, but he came back. Like that championship season with Porzingis was his like last truly useful season.
Yeah.
And now with this illness, it's a shame because I want to see him play. I think he's so much fun when he plays and when he's healthy. And on a personal level, all my interactions with him have been so great. I don't want to see him go away, but at this point, I kind of just want to see him like feel better and be healthy and just like, buddy, you've made your money.
Yeah.
Go home to Latvia and just chill out.
You got a ring. You've done a lot.
Right. You've done your thing. You've done your thing. You've done a lot in this league, so just go back, enjoy your cars, enjoy your little Mercedes Benzes, and just kick back and just chill. I think that's the best thing. But it is sad. It is sad because I always want to see guys go out on their own terms, but
yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. Well, that'll do it. We went for bonus. This is bonus episodes, Christmas Day. Keep it on. We can keep going if you want to give people to just have it up on the screen, put it up on the TV over the mantle, and while you're opening up your gifts, and you get to this point, you're like, yeah,
please spend time with your families. Please don't listen to. Please don't listen to us talk about basketball.
We're perfect for a family get together because you can put it on, and if you want to ignore us, you can spend time with your families. But if you've got that drunk uncle that's starting to go down a road that's like problematic, you can just be like, shift your gaze, tune that out, and just come to us and be like, this is all nice and nihilist. We're sliding through topics. And I love saying this at the end of the podcast because this should have been at the beginning of the podcast where somebody be like, oh, that's good advice. But you know what? Go back and start it again. No one else is paying attention.
Start it over.
Start it over. People will be like,
missed something.
Right. Somebody will be like, is this still going? Be like, yeah, man. Like, I thought I heard them say this. No, it's so totally different. Just start it over again. And you know what? You're giving us
talk about Trae Young a lot, guys. Like that's
we really talk about him a lot. And like, it's more listens, it's more views for us, and it ups our stats. So like, it's like you're giving us a Christmas gift.
That's it.
Do that. Just do that and have fun with it. Tom, appreciate you, man. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Appreciate it, man. You as well. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to everybody who is celebrating. I know not everybody is celebrating, so I want to say, happy holiday. Whatever holiday you are celebrating at this time, I hope you are celebrating it with family and friends and are enjoying yourself and just enjoying this time of year, this basketball season. We're heading into a new year in a little while, and I just want to express my thanks for everybody. It's truly a passion of mine and of Tom's to sit here and talk basketball. It's like my I have so much fun sitting here, and it's kind of funny because I look around, I'm like, I am in a basement office and I'm talking into a camera, but really I know I'm talking to you, wherever you are, however you're listening. And it's because you have chosen to give us the gift of, hey, you're including us in your enjoyment of the Boston Celtics. I do very much appreciate that. And for helping me talk through some stuff when it comes to the Celtics as well. So really do appreciate it. Hope everybody's having a great holiday. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your food, enjoy your drink, but do everything safely. And I hope everybody's like letting you be this Christmas. Enjoy the basketball, enjoy everything. I only ask you now, just share the podcast. Tell your friends, family, everybody they should be listening to and watching the Locked On Celtics podcast here on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day.